Hi, I'm Donald Link. Today we're in Seattle, Washington at Hale's Ales, a great local brewery. Most of the hops for beer in the whole country go right here in this area.
Essentially, there are two types of beers. There are lagers and there are ales. Here at Hale's Ales, we do just ale-type beers, and they ferment at warm room temperatures.
How does the process start out? So
the process starts with malted barley and malted wheat. Summer's a little bit darker and it gives us reds and blacks and colors in between. So we'll put a recipe together with those grains. We throw it through a mill and crack it up, and then it mixes with hot water and into the mash tun itself. That changes grain from being a carbohydrate to a simpler sugar. Heat it up and it gives us different properties in the beer. Maybe it'll make a beer feel a little heavier on your palate, maybe a little bit lighter. So when we're done with the grain, bread companies will come by and pick it up and they'll make bread with it. They make pretzels that we serve in the restaurant. Everybody that comes in says it smells and tastes like grape nuts, and
yeah,
it really
that's
does.
it. I was like, I know that smell.
Yeah. The liquid is now called sweet wort, and that's what goes into the kettle for our boil. That gives us different profiles in the beer. It helps darken the beer a little bit. It'll boil in here for 60 minutes.
So which beer are we looking at here?
Mongoose IPA. So we'll add hops in the boil. It helps give us bitterness to counteract the sweetness from the sugar and the grain. After the kettle, then it drops down into our whirlpool. We'll add more hops.
And why do you add more hops?
So at this process, it gives us a very floral, citrus, piney aroma. We're in the Northwest. We grow our hops in Yakima, so we feel free to dump in as many hops as we can get our hands on.
I hear you.
And then the yeast are the ones that ferment the simple sugars. It gives us our alcohol content in the beer. Depending on the yeast strain that you use, they can provide up to 60% of the flavor of the beer. So the yeasters are important too.
And does the air here affect that yeast?
It does.
Like it does like sourdough bread in San Francisco.
Absolutely. We like the traditional process of brewing with open top fermentation. You can see we've installed some mirrors on top of the tanks too.
Oh yeah, so you can see what's going on.
You can see the foam on top, which is called the krausen, the activity of the yeast fermenting our batches of beer.
Looks like a giant beer.
It is. After fermentation is more hops for our IPAs. We very simply just climb a ladder and dump in some more hops.
Just fresh, they don't need to be toasted or?
Nope, added raw. They start growing in May and they shoot up 30 feet from May to September. They do really well out here. The climate they have, it's perfect for growing hops. From here, we'll crash the beer, drop it down to 35 degrees.
So as soon as they hit here, they get the carbon dioxide and they're ready to go?
Absolutely. And this is where we'll do our analysis of the beer too. It's the other perk of this job.
So you taste it?
You gotta taste the beer.
You spit it out?
We do swallow. In beer, you swallow beer. Your bitterness perception is at the back of your tongue.
I agree. When I taste wine, I don't spit out wine.
As a craft brewer, we care about the beer. We want to take it home and enjoy it ourselves. And it's really taken off. People have really responded to purchasing local, and that's what it's all really about.
Cheers, man. Here's to doing what you like. Cheers. With 2,000 microbreweries across the country, beer has become a very local, sustainable product.
Very nice.
There's no reason for you not to enjoy a brew made right in your region.